You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Melissa Pilgrim is our choice for your next Disney vacation. You can reach her at amagicalpilgrimage@gmail.com. We thank her for her support.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
This is right in the vista.
When invisibility doors change.
So today on Miles from Main Street, you have Brian and Tammy here tonight. We are recording a special little podcast. This one is because Mikhailo was really busy this week and Tammy decided to step in. You know, we have been celebrating our anniversary, or just celebrated it recently.
Yep.
And it got us thinking about romantic spots at Disney World. So we're going to do the top 10 most romantic spots at Disney World. But before we get started, I want you to please go like and subscribe the show on your podcast app and on YouTube. We are on the road to 500. We would love it if you'd go over to YouTube and give it a subscribe over there. And more importantly, please share the show with a friend or a family member and let them know how much you're enjoying it. Shows are live on Wednesday nights. Those might be slowing down for a little bit during the summer, but we are trying to do live on Wednesday nights. And if not, we still have regular shows coming out on Tuesdays like we always have. So find us on the podcast, find us on video on YouTube, and live on Wednesday nights if we can make it. So keep an eye on Facebook and Instagram for more on that. And as I've been telling people the last few weeks, we've added texting to the show. If you want to send us a text, let us know your most romantic spot at Disney World. Please send us a text. You can find it in the show notes. There's a link. Just leave that code that shows up in your app on your phone, and people will be able, that'll get it to us when you send the text. So let us know. So top 10 romantic spots.
Yes.
This was your idea.
It was my idea.
But I love it. And I think that we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. So my first question, I guess, is, would you like to start ladies first?
Sure, I can go first.
All right.
So I didn't do mine in any particular order.
No.
But
okay.
The one I'm going to start off with is outside at night, Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace.
Ooh. Yeah, I really like that.
So if you haven't been, it's pretty dark. They have some lights like at the tables kind of that are kind of low lighting it. They have like a waterfall feature that you can hear while you're out there, some tiki statues. One of the times we were there was just a guy playing a guitar with some live music.
Yeah, and he was really good.
Yes.
I enjoyed listening to him.
And the drinks are always fantastic.
Always.
So you don't get the fun stuff that you get like when you're inside, but it's still a really nice option if you want to be sitting outside and still get to have the drinks.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. If you're interested in getting the mugs, you can still get the mugs. If you do enjoy the Polynesian setting, you've still got the tiki torches all over, and they're around that area too. You get to sit outside. They have some umbrellas, which when it's dark you don't need the umbrella, I guess, but the light is nice. They do have a server that'll still come over up until I think 10 o'clock.
Next time, yeah,
and then you have to serve yourself, which is fine. And the bartenders outside also work inside at the Grotto, and so they're trying to have a good time with you, even though they're not getting as much time with you. So great one. I like that.
I thought it was interesting that the two times we've been there, we had the same server both times.
Yeah,
and I was like, maybe we come here too much, but no.
We've only been there twice.
I know.
For mine, again, like no particular order. Mine, I guess, would be in the hub for Happily Ever After.
Okay.
That's probably one of them that's going to be at the top of my list. But we have so many great memories watching those fireworks, not only with you but with the kids. It does get a little hectic, crowded, but to be able to hug your significant other and just enjoy the show that is Happily Ever After, it's just one of those great moments.
I agree. I mean, that show's just fantastic. It's meant something to us ever since we first saw it.
Yes.
And I think it always will. Like,
for sure.
We've been known to just turn it on at night before we go to bed and watch it. So
yeah. Yeah, and it's just such a great show. And yes, it gets crowded, it gets crazy. If you want to avoid some of the crowds, you could do a dessert party, which gives you specific seating area if you want to be up in the Tomorrowland Terrace, or down in the garden. They have a couple of spots where it's not going to be as crowded, but there's still going to be people there. So like there are ways to get around the crowd. I think we got there a little late, didn't we, this last time?
A little bit, and we were still able to find a good spot.
Yeah, and by late, it might have been half an hour before.
Yeah.
So, I can't talk about romantic spots without talking Happily Ever After.
Right.
So
yeah, my next one is going to take us to Epcot, and it is the waterfall area back in the Canada Pavilion.
Ooh.
The whole Canada Pavilion, I just think is beautiful. The gardens and everything. But when you walk back in there, it's that waterfall. There's usually not a ton of people back there unless like one of the shows is just letting out or just starting. But so it's a good spot to just kind of get a little bit of time away from all the hustle and bustle of Epcot, and you just kind of be back there on your own with your significant other and just kind of take a quiet moment back there, and it's really beautiful.
It is. It's really pretty. It's a big waterfall for back there too, and if you don't know about it, definitely go check it out. It is worth the time. It's a lot of fun to see, and like she said, there's no one back there.
Not usually, no.
Yeah, so check that out. And getting back there can be fun too, because you can walk through the gardens.
Yep.
Which is really pretty. So
yeah, it's probably my favorite pavilion, my favorite country there, as far as the scenery, at least.
Yeah, they do a really good job with the flowers out in the garden there. So yeah, definitely check that out. For mine, I'm gonna pick any Disney beach. Okay. With a drink or a sundae. And if you can watch fireworks, even better.
Right.
Now, the instance I'm thinking about is when we were there for our 15th anniversary, which was long ago. And the two of us got a No Way Jose from Beaches and Cream, and we went over to the beach, and I thought we'd be able to see fireworks from there, but you really couldn't.
Not much. No.
We saw a little bit from Hollywood Studios. I don't think we saw anything for Epcot, did we?
No, but that was fine because like we were the only ones out there, and like I don't know, I was being a girl. I was like drawing a heart in the sand with our initials and taking pictures of that. So.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was quiet. You could kind of take in the sights and sounds around you. And like I said, we did get to see a little bit of fireworks over the top of the boardwalk, but the Beach Club Beach is still a nice place to hang out.
Yep.
Yeah. Another spot for a beach would be, of course, the Polynesian Beach. You do get a good view of the fireworks there. You can get a drink from the Tiki Terrace and take it over there with you. It's a great spot.
Mm-hmm. So I actually put watching the main, or the, what is it called? The electric water pageant and HEA from the Polynesian Beach in my honorable mention.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I knew you were working on honorable mentions over there. All right.
But my next one is the balcony at California Grill for Happily Ever After.
Oh.
Now, while I do love watching it in the hub because you get to see all the projections, there's just something about having that dinner and standing out on that balcony where you're not surrounded by as many people, and you can still see it, see the shapes that the fireworks are making, which I think you miss when you're down in the hub. Like, I never realized that they were making like the Heart of Tahiti and Maui's Hook and all these different shapes until we went to California Girl and saw the show. And it's piped in out on that balcony, and it's just a really pretty setting.
It really is, and it's nice to see it from a different perspective. Like you said, you see different things with those fireworks. When you're down in the hub, there's so much going on with the show that it's hard to catch everything. So it was really neat to be able to be up there and seeing the fireworks, and just focusing on that. Yeah. And it, another great place again to be able to hug your spouse or whoever it might be that's with you and watch the show. So
yeah, and you can like pause your dinner to go out there and watch it, or if you've had a reservation there during the night, you can come back for the fireworks and stand out there and watch them, right?
Yeah, even if you've had breakfast that morning, you can come back that night and go watch them. So it gets kind of hectic right before fireworks, because our reservation this last time was like right around fireworks time.
Yeah.
And we had trouble getting up there because there was like this big long line of people trying to get to the elevator, and we finally just walked past them and got on the elevator because we sent Mikalo to ask some questions, and he was like, all right, come on, let's go.
Yep.
So
I think maybe they tried it. Maybe I mean, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I would imagine that if you had a reservation right at that time, they would try to put you before everyone just standing there trying to get up to see the fireworks.
Yeah. So we got to our table, and we had just a few minutes before the show started. So they asked us what we wanted to drink. We went outside, and when we came back, that's when our drinks were there, and they were fresh. They hadn't been sitting there for the 20 minutes of the show. So that was really nice that they had done that. The service there is terrific, so I wouldn't expect any less.
Right.
But yeah, it's a great experience to be up there. Mine was also just plain California Grill. That was my next one. For all the things we were just talking about, like the service, the food, the ambiance, being there with friends or loved ones, and then getting to watch fireworks, like you can't beat it.
Right. And I feel like you can kind of have it the way you want it. Like the first time we went, we just talked to each other, and we were at a table. It's like their tables are kind of close together, but not so close that you like have to talk to the people next to you. But then like the second time we went, we did end up talking to the people next to us, and they were he does some Disney vlogging and stuff too.
Yeah, he's does stuff on YouTube.
So you can kind of have it both ways, where you can meet some new people, or you can just have your nice, quiet, romantic dinner with just the two of you.
Yeah, it's a really nice place that you can really do it the way you want to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. And one of the tips I've given in the past is, make your reservation for around fireworks time, but get there an hour early and see if you can get into the lounge. We were able to do that the first time we went, and we ended up getting a seat right on the glass, right on the windows, overseeing the Magic Kingdom. So when the show started, we didn't have to move. We just stayed right there, watched the show. It was beautiful. It was really cool that we were able to do that.
Agreed. So my next one, I think, is going to surprise you.
Okay.
It is Tony's Restaurant in Magic Kingdom.
Hard to say no to that one.
So maybe this wouldn't be a romantic spot for everyone, but it's one of my favorite movies. We went there for our honeymoon. It's got the Lady and the Tramp statue in there. Special mug you can get. The outside kind of within the vicinity of there is Lady and Tramp's footprint and the heart and the cement.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know. Like I said, it's probably just for me, but I think it's a romantic spot.
It is a romantic spot. Nice romantic Italian meal.
Yes.
I've heard some good things coming out of there recently.
Yeah, is it the mozzarella sticks? Is that what there's
I think-
something everyone's talking
yeah.
about. I think it's the mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. We still have the keepsake glass that we had to bring home from that night. I remember I think we still have pictures somewhere of us being in there. So
it's not a movie that's represented really anywhere else in the parks. And I don't know. I mean, I would consider it a romantic movie for a Disney animated movie. So
I remember Bella Notte being played in there too. So yeah, great choice. Great choice. My next one is actually going to be over in Disneyland.
Okay.
And this is when we got to go to Sweethearts Night and we rode the Mark Twain and they had the jazz band on board playing music and I got to dance with you. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
No one else did. I don't think anyone else around us was dancing, but I didn't care. You know, like when I'm at Disney, I'm never going to see these people again. Who cares, right?
Right.
So we were dancing, and I think we've always danced somewhere in Disney.
Yeah. And I think too, like, not only are you not going to see those people again, but like you've just spent all that money on like a Sweethearts Night ticket, and like, so make the most of it. Like,
yeah, we did when we were waiting in line at the beginning of the event. We were waiting for the photo op near the Haunted Mansion, and we started talking to a couple that was from LA and come there often, and you know, we were talking to them a lot, and they were doing a lot of the same thing, where they were, you know, he was spinning her, and they were kind of dancing a little bit down the walkway, and like they just let it loose, you know, and they were having a great time, and it's like, we got to do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Just the music itself was, you know, romantic, but then it was pretty dark. Like they just had some lights on around the boat and just kind of gave you that good ambiance.
Yeah, they did. And obviously, I mean, it's meant to be a romantic night because it's Sweethearts Night.
Right.
But being on that boat and having that special experience was really cool. So if you get the chance to go and do Sweethearts Night, definitely give it a chance, give it a try. You got to be on the ball when tickets go on sale. But it was a lot of fun, and we have some regrets from it, but we learned a lot from it too. So there's plenty of research that can be done out there about it. So
yeah, I definitely want to do over on it sometime.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. All right, my next one is the gazebo at Disney Boardwalk.
Okay.
We went there, I don't remember how many trips ago, but we walked out onto the gazebo and it's overlooking the water at the boardwalk. There's lights, like fairy lights all around it. And we were dancing. Maybe we have a thing for dancing, I guess. We were dancing in the gazebo and taking pictures. And again, we were by ourselves. So I just thought it was a really pretty spot.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, you can do a lot of that around there because people are usually in the parks doing their thing. So when it's just getting dark out and you're walking around some of these resorts, like there's nobody around. So you can go and kind of enjoy some of these spots that they have anywhere you want. So
my cousin Julia, who works at Disney, she actually her and her fiance just did their some of their engagement pictures in the boardwalk area. They were fantastic.
Yeah, they were.
And like that would be it's just like anywhere there is kind of got that romantic old feel with the wooden plank ground and stuff. I don't know, and the lights at night, they looked really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think that getting some pictures done there, whether it's an anniversary, an engagement, wedding, just for fun, like I think that you can really get some really great pictures. We should hit her up for some other picture spots when
We
we're
should,
there.
yeah.
She works as a PhotoPass. She was on the show a while back, and she works PhotoPass and has a lot of great ideas, I'm sure.
Yeah, and she has her own YouTube channel too. It's Julia Hartlab, and she does a lot of stuff with reading and book reviews and stuff.
Yes.
As well as some Disney stuff.
Yes, she does. All right, well, my last one just finally got going again.
Yeah.
And it was because of low water. But the Sassagoula River, the boat ride between Disney Springs, and it goes, through to like Old Key West, Port Orleans, maybe even a stop at the Saratoga, possibly. Like going down that river is so quiet and peaceful. The music on the boat is terrific. Just getting to sit back, enjoy a little breeze in your hair, in your face, even if it's hot out, like just that relaxing ride, I think is so romantic, so much fun, and relaxing. Like you can just like take your time, and it's always been a favorite of mine. I tell everybody to do it. You guys know I talk about it all the time. So definitely go check that one out. I'm so glad it's back. The water was so low they couldn't run the boats, but they finally just got that going again.
Plus, it takes you to beignets, so.
Well, how can you not? I mean, beignets.
Right.
And if you're there after 4, you can get boozy beignets.
There you go.
I know.
Then you'll really be dancing on the boat on
There
the way
you go.
back.
Yeah. They want you to stay seated on the boat.
That's true. It's
Yeah.
probably a safe idea. So I had 2 other honorable mentions because I'm really bad at choosing things. So I have to always add in more.
Yes.
So my other 2 honorable mentions are the outside the Haunted Mansion at night.
That's romantic.
I think
it's spooky.
It is not spooky. Whatever.
Okay.
I think it's romantic with like the purple and blue lighting and stuff. I don't know. I think it's cool. And then
the dead butlers and maids and everybody.
Well, you're not standing by them. Like out in front where like they have the photo pass person with like the mansion behind you. It's just the mansion there. There's
And the
no,
dead
like,
horse and with the buggy.
No,
The ghost horse.
no. It's romantic. You're just weird.
Please fill in all the dead space.
Mikhailo and Kristen would agree with me. Anyway. And then my other honorable mention is Cinderella's Wishing Well.
Oh. And yeah, do you mean, isn't it Snow White?
Or sorry, Cinderella. Yes, Cinderella's Fountain. Snow White's Wishing Well.
Yeah.
So like last time we went was the first time we really walked like back in there, which I don't know why it took us so long. So like they have the water with like all the statues of the dwarfs, and then they have the Wishing Well, and it was a little busier, I guess, when we went back there during the day. But I have a feeling if you did go back there at night, it would be a pretty romantic spot.
I bet it would be too. Of course, I think they shut it down for fireworks, so you got to get there before that.
Yeah.
Or after if it's open late enough.
I've heard a lot of people say too that if you do go there during the day, there's a really good angle of getting the castle behind you for pictures without a bunch of people in it.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, we kind of do that on the other side over by Sleepy Hollow too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some neat videos and photos taken from the Wishing Well over there, so I can get behind that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do
but
that.
not the Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion. I mean, it's cool.
There's an engagement ring in the ground. What could be more romantic than that?
From a bride that kills all of her husbands. But okay. What are you trying to tell me?
It's pretty.
It's pretty. All right. Well, Do you have anything more to add on these romantic
No,
spots?
I mean, I could have listed more,
You
but
could have.
I just think that I mean, everything else aside, there are spots that are more romantic than others, but I think just like being in Disney World and on Disney property with your significant other is romantic in and of itself. Like you can make it romantic no matter where you are there, I feel like.
I mean, really, you can. I mean, a table for two in pretty much any nicer restaurant, is gonna, even if you've got a family of 8 next to you
Mhm.
with screaming kids, you're still gonna have a great time and fall into the eyes of the person across from you. And
Right.
um it's just, there's so many great spots, so many great places to go at Disney World that it's gonna be hard not to find a.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always like the dessert parties and the fireworks cruises and those things that are kind of meant to be more romantic that you could spend a lot of money on. But the point too is you don't have to. Like,
Right.
you can find plenty of spots just being inside the parks or being at the resorts.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. Like, you don't have to be in a park. There's a lot of places that you can do without paying for a park ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. A little bit shorter one tonight, but you know, sometimes that's how it goes. Let us know what you think is a great romantic spot. Text the show. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Also comment on YouTube and let us know what your favorite spots are at Disney World. Um, Again, episodes Tuesday, live shows Wednesday nights. And as we like to say, some live close,
And others don't.
so let's talk about it. We'll see you next time on Miles from Main Street.